It's finally here. Sorry about that. Does Superman, Man of Steel, hold up to all the hype it's been building up to? Yes. Yes, it does. It does not disappoint once. Not only do I think this is the best movie of the year, I think it's probably the best Superman movie of all time. And it's one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen, like, since Batman Begins. Where do we truly begin with this movie? Because it has so many awesome moments. Right off the bat, Henry Cavill, best Superman ever. I'm not even going to say that. He is even better than Christopher Reeve. God rest his soul. Now, no disrespect for Christopher Reeve, though. I'm not saying he sucked as Superman. I'm just saying I like Henry Cavill's a little more. Because he's a lot more human. You do find him more relatable than Christopher Reeves. No disrespect. Once again, no disrespect to Christopher Reeve. But I do find him, like, Henry Cavill more relatable than Christopher Reeves. He did a fantastic job playing Superman. He has the physicality of Superman, the personality, the voice of Superman. You know, I know it's a weird thing to notice his voice, but he does have that kind of manly voice, but at the same time keeping it very human and like sustained. And I really like his costume too. He finally learned to wear his underwear inside. Now, I'm gonna go right off the bat and say it. I think Michael Shannon is probably one of the best supervillains of all time. One of them. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm just saying he's one of the best superhero villains of all time. Because usually in movies, the bad guy doesn't really have a reason to do it. But in this movie, you can really see his point of view. Like, yeah, I totally understand that. I completely understand why you want to take over the world and stuff like that. And you really, truly do see why he's the person he is in this movie. And there's a moment in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, where it's close to the end and he just breaks down and cries. And you really do feel where he's coming from, you know? Let's not fail to mention that Faora is an extremely badass character in this movie. She owns it in this movie. And Zod is a great villain, don't get me wrong. He's a very great villain. But Faora kicks so much. She is so awesome in this movie. I mean, she's such a cold-hearted person. So mean and so heartless, but God, I love her. God, I love her so much, man. Now, another thing about this movie that's absolutely great is Superman's flying in this movie. And Superman's flying in this movie is amazing. There's literally a scene the first time he flies, and he's flying and he's laughing and stuff like that. And you can't help but smile with him, because he's like, you would totally do that if you learned you can fly. Another thing that people bitched about this movie was the action scenes. The action scenes were great. I mean, Superman. I mean, a lot of people were saying, well, he caused more damage than Zod did. Did he really cause more damage than Zod? I don't see that. I've seen the movie like 4 times already. I don't see how Superman caused more damage than Zod. Zod had, this is a spoiler alert. So, spoiler alert. I'm gonna spoil the movie right now. The Terraformer. And, the Terraformer was, like, ripping buildings apart. Literally knocking them down. Turning them to dust. And Superman was trying to stop it, you know. It was the blast. It was taking him down. It took him a minute to, like, build up his energy to go and destroy the Terraformer. And, you know, he can't be everywhere at once. I mean, he may be super, but he's not, you know, perfect. He's got flaws to him, and he's not really used to being Superman anyway. I mean, he has to kind of, you know, get in shape and do this, because he has to, in order to save the city and the world, basically. So, I don't get how people think that he caused more damage. Now imagine if Superman took his precious time saving everybody in the city. His precious time saving everybody in the city while Zod runs off and destroys more buildings, more people, killing more people, making more property damage, and going across the world and destroying stuff. While Superman is saving people with his precious time. That doesn't make any sense. The reason why Superman went through the building instead of saving it is because he was trying to stop Zod from killing more people. That's the reason why. And besides, they're two super beings. Superman doesn't really know how to control his powers yet. Of course, stuff is gonna get destroyed. Oh my god, these people are idiots. Now, Warner Brothers, if this is like the mood they're going for the Justice League movie, I hope they do that. And I really hope that they, go for that mood that they're going for. They go for the same mood this movie went, that's what I meant to say. Because the mood for this movie is so, like, it's more about hope. Like, the Batman movies are about fear and, like, all of this. This movie's more about hope and justice. Like, well, Batman's about justice too. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, this movie's more about hope and and I really like the mood of this movie, and I really like the cinematography because like the cinematography of this movie didn't really bother me that much. It has some like there's little like shots where the characters are like fighting, and the camera zooms in real quick, and then it zooms back out. And I thought that was really cool and effective. It really did feel like it was so awesome when it happened. I also thought the special effects in this movie were very spectacular. Some of them may have looked like, obviously they looked CG, but it didn't really take me out of the moment because, like, the scene was like, the action is so relentless you don't really notice. And another thing I have to bring up, I just have to bring this up. The Kevin Smith references. I don't know if they're references. I don't know if they did this on purpose or not. But there's like a shot where it cuts straight to a polar bear. And it goes right up to the Fortress of Solitude. And I didn't notice the first time I saw it. And I didn't notice the polar bear. And then I saw it again. And I'm like, oh no. It's the polar bear. And then like, if that's not enough, they make another reference. I don't know if it's a reference or not. Where, like, the terraformer thingy, ship thingy, I don't know. I said it wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But, like, this spider thingy comes out, like, tentacles, and looks like sort of like a spider tentacle. And it's, like, coming at him. It is hilarious. It's, like, trying to fight him. It's, like, a spider, like, thingy. And, like, I laughed my ass off when that little spider thing, tentacle monster came out. And, well, I really enjoyed myself with this movie. I think it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. And I really do like this movie. It has heart. It's funny at moments. It's got some good special effects. It's got great character development. It's got cool characters. And I really, really love this movie. It doesn't really do things wrong. The more people say it, a lot of people say, well, flashbacks are stupid, the action's too long, and the acting is dull. I don't know what movie you're watching, but the movie that I'm watching, I didn't get any of that. I really enjoyed myself. And people start calling me, like, people are probably going to call me a DC cocksucker for saying, I'm praising this movie and hating, the Avengers, but that's just what I think, man. I mean, I can't help when I watch a movie, So, I'm way off topic here. Anyway, I love The Man of Steel. I give it a 10 out of 10. I've been giving a lot of movies 10 out of 10 lately. A lot of my reviews I've been giving, like, movies 10 out of 10. I just started to notice that. But anyway, thanks for watching. 10 out of 10. I'm out.